All right, let's start chapter 18. Chapter 18 deals with the endocrine system. So let's start off looking at some general information. So this is looking at the major endocrine organs that we have in our body, and we're going to hit all these organs before we're done here. But what an endocrine gland is, this is a gland that secretes their products into some internal fluid system, whether this is blood or lymph. All right, and they are found throughout the body. We're just going to highlight the major ones. And what they secrete is a hormone. And a hormone is a chemical substance that regulates a specific body functions. And what that hormone acts upon are target cells. And a target cell is a specific cell in which a hormone exerts its effects. So this is showing a cell that this hormone this is a target cell for this hormone number 1. This is another example. So these are target cells because they can bind to those receptor proteins there, cause some intercellular response. These are not target cells. All right, so let's take a look at functions of the endocrine system. 1, it plays a vital role in reproduction, growth, and development. It mobilizes body defenses. 3rd, it maintains water, electrolyte, and nutrient balance in the blood. 4th, it regulates cellular metabolism and energy balance. And lastly, it's used in communication. And this allows our organs to communicate with each other. So when, just an example, when food gets to our stomach releases hormones to our small intestine saying, hey, food is on its way. And when food gets to our small intestine sends hormones back to our stomach saying, hey, I got the food, you don't need to produce digestive enzymes anymore. All right, so let's look at hormones in altering target cell activity. So look at these alterations. 1 is it can alter the plasma membrane permeability or membrane potential, or both by opening or closing ion channels. Next, it can stimulate the synthesis of proteins or regulatory molecules such as enzymes within the cell. 3rd, it activates or deactivates enzymes. 4th, it induces secretory activity, so that cell is going to secrete substances. And then 4th, it can stimulate mitosis. Let's look at the interactions of the hormones at target cells. So this is more than one hormone on a target cell. So one type of combination is known as permissiveness. And this is a situation where one hormone cannot exert its full effects without another hormone being present. Another is synergism. Synergism is a situation in which two or more hormones produce the same effect, and their combined effects are amplified. And lastly is antagonism, and this is a situation where one hormone opposes the action of another hormone. So let's take a look at regulation of hormone secretions. So the regulation of hormone secretions could either be through a negative feedback, and that's where the output of a system suppresses or inhibits the activity of the system, or it could be a positive feedback mechanism, and that's where the output of the system causes more of that to occur. All right. Now, positive feedback mechanisms are kind of rare. The birthing process is one, and that's where the baby's head pushes against the cervix, causing cervical dilation, which causes oxytocin secretion, which causes uterine contraction, which causes the baby's head to get pushed further against the cervix, which could cause more cervical dilation. That's kind of rare. Most of the ones I'm going to talk about are all negative feedback mechanisms. Okay, so let's look at the first one. The first one I don't have a picture of, and that's known as humoral stimuli. And this is where a gland responds. So we'll just go to this phase. That's where a gland responds directly to changes in the internal environment. So after we eat, our blood glucose levels go up. That's sensed by our pancreas, and so our pancreas then secretes insulin. All right. Next is nervous stimuli, or neural stimuli. So here our nervous system directly stimulates some glands. All right. So if you're stressed, your nervous system senses that obviously, and it's going to cause our adrenal medulla to release epinephrine and norepinephrine. Lastly is hormonal stimuli. And so hormonal stimuli is where endocrine glands release hormones in response to hormones produced by other endocrine glands. And the main way this occurs is our hypothalamus up here secretes a hormone that causes our anterior pituitary gland to secrete a hormone that acts upon some other peripheral endocrine organ that then releases a hormone that acts upon a target cell. All right? And so here, if we have either enough of the product or enough of that hormone, we're going to have a negative feedback mechanism there. Now, this last part is how most homeostatic interactions are controlled, where our hypothalamus controls our anterior pituitary gland, which then causes some other endocrine gland to secrete a hormone. That's how most hormone secretions are controlled, and that's why we say that our hypothalamus controls our endocrine system.